Hello and welcome to Lessons from the Living Room. My name is Zoe Lewis and I'm the Director of Coaching at the Leadership Coaches. I'm actually going to take you through a session, so I encourage you to go and get a pen and a piece of paper so that you can follow me through the session. Every time I ask a question, why not pause the video, write down your own answer and then resume. You'll then see how that plays out between me and the other person. You can then have a look at the end of the session and see if we've helped move you towards a goal. So I focused this session around a case study on leadership development in the current challenging climate of COVID-19. I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing then is to think about something that you want to achieve that's an unfulfilled goal, and for whatever reason you haven't been able to achieve it yet. It needs to be important to you. So I think my topic is probably going to be around managing the many different areas of challenges that we've got on at the moment, and to be honest my head's a bit of a jumble. I don't know where to start. So I encourage you, whilst we're doing this activity, to use the wheel that's available, and you'll have a look on the downloads and you'll see that there is a wheel that's got 8 different segments in. Now those 8 segments can be populated as you wish, so if we were doing a typical wheel of life, we would have things like health, wealth, family, friendship, and so on and so forth. If we're doing a leadership wheel, as we are this afternoon, I'd encourage you to put things like communication, emotional intelligence, strategic direction, and so on and so forth. We're going to identify which of those areas that we want to go for, and we tend to choose the one that's got the lowest score, although it doesn't have to be that way. Take some time and think about which one you want to choose. So I've got 8 different areas that I've written down, and the one that I think I need to focus on is setting direction at the moment, because I think that everyone's a little bit overwhelmed, so much going on that they don't really know where they want to focus at the moment. Next up then, I'm going to ask you to complete the Cartesian coordinates, and you'll see that that's also available, and I'm just going to flash that up for you here as well. So the Cartesian coordinates ask us what will happen if we do take action, what will happen if we don't take action, what won't happen if we don't take action, and what won't happen if we do take action. They're all really important questions and ones that we often don't stop and think about at this point in time. So I encourage you just to press pause and have a look and consider what will happen. So I had to think about it and I filled in the Cartesian coordinates. So what will happen if I do? My colleagues will have some clarity, they'll understand more about where we're heading, and also they'll know the role that they play, the part that they play, and it'll also be important from a leadership perspective. What will happen if I don't? Uncertainty will continue, rumours will continue, people are guessing, and then that leads to even more uncertainty and a certain sense of fear as well. What won't happen if I don't take action? I won't get the engagement and the support of the team that I need. And what won't happen if I do take action? I'll avoid continuing uncertainty and the unknown rumour mill. Brilliant. So next I want you to be able to capture this in a very short sentence. So start to have a think, having completed the Cartesian coordinates exercise, what short sentence tells you that this is the area that you do want to focus on for our coaching session? I know that I want to take action because I want to make sure that people have got the clarity that they need, and also that they feel that they've got the direction from me as a leader, and also that the rumour mill can stop. Wonderful. So now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you to resolve that issue or to achieve that goal that you've written down this afternoon? 1 being low, not very important, through to 10 being of absolute prime importance. I'm going to assume that you've got somewhere between an 8 and a 10. A scale of 1 to 10, definitely a 9, maybe even a 10. For this part, it's wonderful. I want you to describe the goal as if it is being achieved. Tell me all about it. Write it out and think about what's happening, why do I feel good about it, what sort of challenges have I worked through, and what difference is it making? So what does good look like? To me, it's where everyone understands exactly what's happening, where we're moving to next. Yes, there's an element of unknown, but they know that we don't know what we don't know, so we're working as best we can towards it. They feel grounded, that they understand their role, they're able to contribute and make the decisions that they need to in order for us to be the best we can in the current circumstance. Super. So now I'd like you to think about comparing your ideal goal, the one that you've just written down, with where you are now. What are the differences between the two? So the ideal versus now, the ideal is that there's that clarity that I just described. They understand their roles, they can make decisions as they need to within their remit. Now I think that we're not providing enough direction, so they're guessing at whether it's okay to do things or not. They're questioning whether they're heading in the right direction. They're not even sure if some jobs and activities are worth doing at this moment in time. Killer question time. What's getting in the way? What's the stuff that's stopping you being able to move this forward? Well, it's unknown, isn't it? Who knows what's going on in the current situation? So without knowing, I don't feel I can make that much decision and much progress. That might not necessarily be true. What ideas have you got for how you could overcome these challenges, the barriers that are in the way to being able to move this forward? Jot down anything that comes to mind, free rein. So I guess I can start to overcome that by working with the knowns, so the stuff that we do know at the moment, the certainty of the current situation. So I think we can work through what we do know at the moment and work through the fact that some of the stuff that we don't know, we don't necessarily need to know. It would be nice, but without it, we can certainly make some educated guesses and we can tweak and change plans along the way. Whatever we set doesn't have to be set in stone. And how can you overcome these? So the steps that I can take, given the challenges, are probably talking to my peers, understanding what we think are the current challenges and how we can move through those, working with uncertainty, but actually trying to provide as much clarity as we can, given that that's the situation. Maybe start to think about what does good look like to the end of this month and then the beginning of next month, even signpost what next month will look like, but again, make it movable. Talk to people, understand what those rumours are in the rumour mill. I know a few of them, but maybe not all of them. So really getting clear on what people are saying so that we can dispel those rumours as well. Now, we've all got leaders that we admire. Think of a leader that you admire. What advice would they give you about this? What would be the thing that they'd say, I think you should take this step? And jot that down as well. So yeah, I've got a leader in mind who absolutely would give me some brilliant advice, and they say work with what you know, but also plan for what you don't know. They'd probably tell me to do best case and worst case scenario as well, and to start to think about how we can plan for the best case and also the worst case scenario, communicate the best case, but also communicate that we have a backup plan if we need to as well. Looking at all those options, which one of those options is most likely to help you move forward to get the results that you need? So the steps that I'm going to take, I've got a directors meeting tomorrow, so I'm going to bring this up tomorrow and we're going to have a discussion around that. We'll then agree how we're going to approach it, some ideas around the discussions that I've said today plus their ideas, and then do some communication before the end of the week to make sure that we're starting to tackle this and move it in the right direction. Final question then, how will you hold yourself accountable now that you've got a plan? I'll hold myself accountable by texting you as my coach to make sure that you know that I've taken my action, but I'll also know myself because I'm committed to this too. Congratulations. So you've just self-coached and I'm really pleased for you because I know what that feels like when you go, I've got a problem, I want to work forward, but what about all the stuff in the middle? And you've just unpicked that. Now, with the assistance of an external coach, it's obviously a very different experience to what you're having today. Nevertheless, I really hope that you've got something from this activity and something tangible that you can take away and put into practice straight away. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today, and I really hope that you're able to use this and it then comes through to fruition. I'm Zoe Lewis from the Leadership Coaches, and this has been your lesson from the living room. Have a great day.